Good evening and welcome back to the program. Tonight we're seeing an extraordinary moment unfold on the global stage. A country of more than 26 million citizens has chosen, in perfect agreement, to deliver a powerful message to Donald and Melania Trump. Without saying a single word out loud, they achieved it through complete quiet. A striking, overwhelming, unmistakable quiet at the ticket counters. The film in question is titled Melania. It arrives in theaters around the world this Friday. The production budget exceeded $40 million, backed by Amazon MGM Studios. At present, in Australia, advance ticket purchases across several large theater chains stand at just 7. 7 in total, spanning the whole nation. 7. This figure is accurate, not overstated, and reflects the count as of 6 p.m. Eastern Time today. Australians appear to regard the situation as one of the standout humorous stories of the year. On last night's edition of Channel 10's The Project, host Waleed Ali stepped forward, raising a single printed ticket high like a prize trophy. He declared, "I now account for roughly 14.3% of this film's entire Australian audience. You're very welcome, Melania." They followed with a segment worth noting. A journalist stood inside a large 400-seat theater in Sydney during prime time on a Thursday evening, 7 p.m., and spoke quietly to the camera. "We're just moments from the sole early screening scheduled for New South Wales. As you can observe, I'm the only person present. Even the operator decided not to come in." Then came comedian Nazim Hussain moving through the empty foyer, sweeping a metal detector as if hunting for lost viewers. Looking directly into the lens, he remarked, "Should you locate anyone, alert authorities immediately. We're dealing with a disappearance now." Over on the ABC, the discussion program Gruen aired a mock 30-second preview that closed with the observation, "Melania, profound, inspiring. Australia has decided as one to turn its gaze elsewhere indefinitely." Even the typically restrained Sydney Morning Herald published a front-page style headline, "One nation under indifference. Australia comes together to deliver cinema's most decisive rejection ever." Then around 3:42 a.m. Mar-a-Lago time, Donald Trump responded forcefully. In characteristic all-capital letters, he shared a lengthy statement on Truth Social. He called Australia a complete embarrassment, accused weak leadership of allowing extreme left-wing entertainers to ridicule America's former First Lady, described her film as a masterpiece, insisted sales were strong globally, and blamed envious, biased media outlets. Minutes later, he reposted with an addition. "I have great affection for Australia, yet right now they're treating Melania in a truly unkind and unjust manner. With all due respect, the nation simply chose not to attend his wife's project. That isn't cruelty, it's a form of elegant restraint." What's particularly telling is this. After Trump's late-night outburst reached Australian morning shows, advance sales rose from 1 to 7. A handful of people saw the former president criticizing their country in the early hours and evidently decided to add to his frustration. One recent purchaser, Sarah from Brisbane, shared a photo of herself with the ticket and wrote, "Picked this up solely for the joke. No plans to watch, planning to burn it on a live stream and donate the proceeds." Another buyer commented, "Handed over $24 just to occupy space in Donald Trump's thoughts all day. Greatest investment possible." By midday, the phrase, "Thank you, Australia," climbed to the top global trend, drawing hundreds of thousands of messages from people in the United States expressing gratitude to Australia for achieving, without any political effort, what many felt unable to do themselves. Putting a former president in an awkward international spotlight, even Elon Musk weighed in with a lone kangaroo emoji and the note, "Carrying out important duties." To be straightforward, this goes beyond one underwhelming release. It represents a clear position. Australia examined a high-budget promotional effort, costing over $40 million, from a company linked to controversial figures in its past. They viewed nearly 90 minutes of poised glances and narration about resilience and elegance. And the response from coast to coast was simple. "Thanks, but no thanks, friend." No organized campaign, no demonstrations, just absence. And absence carries a sharper edge than any protest could. Who did appear? Virtually no one. Not the supporters living abroad in places like Queensland, zero from that group. Now, Australian late-night programs have fresh content lined up for weeks. On tonight's Have You Been Paying Attention? Tom Gleeson began with, "First question, identify anyone who has actually viewed Melania's documentary." A panelist buzzed in immediately. "Those digging up ruins centuries from now." Another performer, Luke McGregor, displayed an empty sheet and stated, "Here's my full critique of the picture. Absolute blank. Truly nothing." The crowd rose in applause. I'm not claiming Australia has claimed victory in some broad cultural contest, but they certainly seized the momentum, dressed it in national colors, and sent it soaring. Meanwhile, Melania Trump has remained entirely silent. No statements, no updates online. Her quiet matches, or perhaps surpasses, the understated style she's known for. That choice might stand as the most fitting reply possible. To the 7 individuals in Australia who secured those tickets, appreciation is due. Future accounts will recall your decision much like the stand taken by a small group facing overwhelming odds long ago. To the remaining millions across the country, you didn't merely pass on a screening. You carried out one of the most coordinated, subtle expressions of disregard ever directed at a former U.S. leader. No weapons, no formal measures, simply vacant chairs. And that approach in this era proves remarkably effective. If you're interested in additional accounts of nations delivering pointed commentary toward the Trump family, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications. There's plenty more ahead.